Hello everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Nuzlocke on Players of Games. I am Will, this is Chris, and
Hello.
we have gotten a few new Pokemon. We're going to be spending this episode fighting trainers to level up Kevin, because Kevin is odd-ish.
We're getting just that much closer to one of those team cores I think we've briefly touched on. I think I talked with you about that. I can't remember. If so, well, if we repeat ourselves, we repeat ourselves on this. I know I've mentioned the whole concept of a team core, three things that have good coverage and kind of both work on their usage, with one of the basics being the fire, water, grass core.
Right.
Which, the starters. Like, there's very few things where that works. That perfect, this is effective against this, which is effective against this, which is effective against the first one.
Right. He wants us to train him? Ha! That's not gonna work that well. It's a wee pear berry.
Weeping pear?
No, a wee pear. It's Scottish. It's a wee pear.
I don't know whether to be disappointed or act like you're a racist. Let's just say both. Both is good.
I think one of my problems with my humor is that I make myself laugh.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. Get rid of it. Bad memories.
What are you trying to get rid of?
You got rid of it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Oh, right. Alright, now we're gonna face Makuhita.
I mean, shady?
I was just trying to think. Does Trouble have protection against it?
I don't know what moves it knows.
Right.
Like, so long as it only had, like, fighting and, like, fighting and normal moves, yeah. But it also might have had the thing to, let normal hit ghost. And Arin. Honestly, they've been low level. We probably could have just sent Kevin in.
It wouldn't have worked that well. Being a steel type.
Steel rock?
Yeah, but the steel would have counteracted the grass.
I don't know if steel resists grass.
Well, let's see how this goes. Oh, wow. That did not do as much as I was expecting it to.
Sometimes.
That's right, Kevin. You be sassy toward that Zigzagoon.
Yeah, I guess steel just kind of resists literally everything. Steel resists Bug, Dark, Dragon, Flying, Ghost, Grass, Ice, Normal, Psychic, Rock, Steel.
Yep.
That is one of Ghost's few resistances. As in, Ghost is mostly, like, just decent against everything. It's not super effective against a ton, but it will do a lot against most things.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's really amazing how all these trainers, they have low-level Pokemon, but the moment you go into the gym, they're gonna be...
That's something. That is something. They did change that.
What did they change?
From Gen 2 to Gen 5, Steel resisted Ghost. But when Fairy type was introduced, it no longer resisted Ghost. Ghost did Normal.
Makes sense.
It also used to resist Dark, and it no longer resists Dark.
Fairy just messed up everything.
Well, it resists Fairy, but I guess the trade-off was it now resisted Fairy, but it no longer resisted Dark or Ghost. Yeah, that's the exact trade-off.
Kevin, you did well in this fight. Have a biscuit. Yay! 6 more levels.
And then wherever I know where we get I think I know where we get a leaf stone. I had to think about that for a second. Like, where do we get a leaf stone? And then I remembered, oh yeah. Probably we might find one somewhere on the ground, but I know once we get to the flying gym.
Hmm.
We can
Duo.
buy one.
Wow.
Where else can you get one?
That was actually a bit more damage than I was expecting. From that Fury attack. It's probably because normal flying. Because all flying types have something. There's none just flying until the fifth gen. I wonder why they did that.
Oh.
The air is tasty here. That is very unique.
I mean, it makes sense.
With all the flowers?
Well, just certain smells and things, especially in very isolated areas. If there's a lot of flowers and a lot of probably evergreens, because that kind of pine smoke smell, piney smell, can also be a little like syrup. Besides that, you know, smell is how much of taste. That's why when you have a cold, you don't taste anything, because you can't smell it as well.
Okay.
Well, that's here and there. Pokemon facts. I can't think of any.
Well, I thought of one. I said something. Because I don't know the answer to it. Why does every single flying type have a secondary type?
not all of them, as of now.
Well, yeah, not now.
There are 3 that don't. Part of it, honestly, until a lot of it came down with, like... oh, sorry. Extended my choice of breath. When you have, all the normal ones especially, it was stuff along the lines of, they're just regular birds.
Yeah, they're normal birds.
Yeah, there's nothing overly extraordinary about them. There's a lot of different types of birds, so there's a lot of different types of just regular birds. And they had made it flying type and not bird type.
Yeah. Okay, there's something I want you to see when we get out of this fight.
But...
Alright, and after they stop talking... Chris, look at this. Look at the Azumarill and the Kecleon. The Azumarill is just standing next to the puddle, for the most part, looking at its reflection. And then we have the Kecleon, almost looking off to the Azumarill, wishing that the Azumarill would be theirs. And it reminds me of a Greek tragedy, of Narcissus, and the girl who was interested in him. Because the girl was basically invisible to him, and Narcissus only had his eyes for himself. Do you see
Insert image. I mean, Is this art?
Tis art in motion.
Insert image of... I don't know what's going on here. Can you not decide? I'm sure that they're both plenty fine. Like, besides the fact that one technically is a 10-year-old.
No.
Like your wife and...
I'm pretty sure that's a athlete person, and what they're doing is they're running back and forth, tagging each of their hands as part of their training.
Well, to me, it just, like, it could just be, like, he's just running between his wife and daughter, maybe? I don't know. I don't know, dude. This is kind of weird. Battle Girl.
Meditate. Yeah, we ain't risking that.
I don't think it knows any psychic moves yet, but...
We ain't risking that hoodoo voodoo.
That always felt like a weird typing to me.
What? Psychic fighting?
Not that it... Yeah. Not that I'm saying that, like, it's bad. It's just off.
It makes sense to me for the special meditation kung fu.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've seen weirder type combinations. Like, there was a Pokemon type that I was always waiting for, and then when I got it, I wish I didn't have it anymore.
Which one was that?
Ice and Fire.
Oh, is that in the new? Yeah. Okay.
There's one in the newest game. In the Galarian form, Galarian Zen mode Darumaka.
Oh, right. Darmanitan, yeah.
And I do not like the look of the new
He has a
Darumaka.
huge forehead.
Doesn't even look like he has a huge forehead. He's just got a ball on his forehead. It's gonna have you inserting image. It's gonna have you inserting images all over this video. As you talk about Narcissus, insert image of the magic card that talks about that Greek myth. Talk about the new Darumaka. Insert picture of it to show people what we're on about. Yeah, like, it's an interesting typing. Honestly, it's not the greatest, but that's just because they made Ice type super weak for some reason.
There we go. Oh, it's About time.
Much to my issue, given that, as I've mentioned, I really like the ice type. And I don't know why.
Some types just come to you more.
But I've just kind of always liked that type, and I really wanted a decent one that was for different things. And totally not just because I wish there was a better thing to make a joke about a Song of Ice and Fire. Knowing you haven't seen or read a lot of those, you know what I'm talking about when I say that, right?
I do know what you're talking about because my film teacher would constantly talk about how the book was called The Song of Ice and Fire.
Sorry. Probably her. I didn't. What was that?
My teacher, he constantly talked about how The Song of Ice and Fire was the book for Game of Thrones. And that it was so much better.
I mean, it was. Having read the book, is if people want, I could go onto my whole rant about that. My fave Twitter posts, just George R. R. Martin tweeting the year 2020, going, "Yeah, I think I wrote this year," and then someone responding with, "Well, still better than season 8."
Oh, that Pursuit.
Pursuit, no.
Pursuit is such a better move when it's on the opponent's Pokemon in this game. Because they don't change out their Pokemon as much as you do.
Yeah, it's one of those moves that feels like... I mean, it's good and competitive.
Mm-hmm. That better have been a critical hit. There we go.
Peanut, eat the bird.
Mmm, tasty. Peanut succeeds because Peanut is not a kitty cat. Or a pussy cat.
I swear. Apparently that was a female athlete. That did not look like a female athlete from the from the overworld sprite. Like, now here's the question: I think the psychic was also a girl?
Yes.
Yeah, that specific sprite for the psychic, I always remember it because it just does not look exactly like what you'd think, given their overworld sprite. But you have to remember, this is still the gen where overworld sprites are not the best.
Mm-hmm.
Not as bad as Gen 1, where your little icons for every Pokemon were basically the same no matter what it was.
Yep.
It's like, so wait, you have a Blastoise, a this, and a such and such, but they all have the same little icon.
Yep, it looks like a little flappy, like a jellyfish.
Monster thing, yeah.
Blob, slime, whatever. I don't think we need sleep powder. Do you?
Maybe. Putting yourself to sleep isn't bad.
Get rid of
probably
sweet
better
time?
than it might be better than poisoning.
If you say so. Beautify.
I'm going to use a Beautifly. Let's say definitely not Trouble. It'll probably have Gust.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful butterfly. There have been many butterfly and moth Pokemon.
Though it started out as a bee and a butterfly.
I'm just saying, like, over everything, there's been a lot of different things that have been, like, butterflies and moths.
Absolutely.
Because in the new games, we got a new, moth. With, I think, the first instance of the ice bug type. In the world's new favorite little blob Snom. No, Snom fans, that is not me bad-mouthing Snom. There's nothing wrong with Snom. Just
I'm just gonna sneak past you for the moment. Go right in here.
Turf.
One, 2, 3, and 4, and. Every single time, it always goes through my head.
Lots of things go through your head all the time. I know you.
Question is, are they good or bad things? The world may never know, and that's probably a good thing.
That would be... The more you think about it, the more you realize that being able to read minds would be a horrible superpower.
Yep, completely agree. The only time it'd be really good is for interrogation.
I mean, yeah, but even then, like, being able to turn it off would be fine. Actually, wholesale old reference. Do you remember? I'm going to watch me name the wrong show. Family Matters.
Yes, I do remember that.
That was the one with Urkel.
Yes.
Okay.
Got
the name right.
Look what
I got the name right. I don't have to have my, like, media person card revoked.
Was that... Are you talking about the lie detector test episode?
No.
Oh.
There was literally an episode where Urkel builds a thing to let him read minds. But he can't turn it off, so he's like sitting in class and hearing everyone's thoughts and has a breakdown.
I might have to look this up afterwards now, just because I'm curious to hear what exactly happened.
I just remember it because he's sitting in class and just hearing everyone's thoughts, and it drives him crazy, and he just yells like, "Why are you all thinking so loud?" and runs out the room.
It's one of the greatest shows. I love it.
Shows like that are one of the reasons why honestly, it's good to think about. For their things, there were sitcoms, but that didn't stop them from having very serious moments.
Like Prince of Bel-Air with the dad moment.
Me and you were both immediately thinking about that moment, because that's the one I was thinking of.
It don't matter who you are, that moment made you cry.
I can't remember if it was true or it was just a rumor.
What?
One of those, like, you know, things of the... I can't remember if it's ever been confirmed. I think it was.
What?
That, like, originally the character was supposed to just, like, brush it off and continue acting like how he had started acting, like he was completely fine with it and all this stuff, but because of Will Smith's actual experiences, like, he just couldn't get through it and did break down. And the whole thing of the guy hugging him wasn't just, you know, the character Uncle Phil hugging Will. It was the actor just being like, "You need a hug. This is what needs to be done right now." Like
actually, I heard the opposite. I heard that it was complete acting.
Yeah, I've heard both, because that's the thing. Like, I can't remember if it was just a rumor.
Oh my gosh.
Because I can say I've heard Will Smith talk about how that moment did get to him, just because of his own experience and what happened in his own life.
So little experience left. So close. But we are out of time.
Well.
So thank you all for joining us. Next episode, we will evolve this Oddish. And then our Kevin will no longer be odd-ish. He'll just be gloom.
No, we need to get it out of its gloomy state as fast as possible.
And so on to the search of the Leaf Stone. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining us.
I already know where you can get one.
Yay! Thanks everyone for joining us. Put in the comments what you thought about everything that happened. Like, subscribe. We will see you all later for the next episode.